Hello, everyone. This is Southern Belle Whisper. I hope you all are doing well this evening. I am flying by the seat of my pants, you guys, because I am very tired. Today was my first day off, 4 days in 4 days. I worked Monday, was it 4 days or 5 days? No, 5 days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so 5 days. But I got the weekend off, so it was worth it to work those 5 days to have the weekend off. I better enjoy it while I can. But I started really thinking about it yesterday. I got off a little bit earlier, and I was like, I really want to do, no matter what, I want to do my top 10 for the week. Like, I've become so engrossed in making sure I do a top 10 every Saturday for you guys. I've even asked myself, like, Kelly, you can do it on another day of the week. I'm sure they won't mind, but I'm like very passionate to take time out of my day and make a video for you guys, especially having the days off. If I was going to work today, I don't know. We will not visit that, but I was off today, so I said, you can do a video, even though it's been a long, really long day. So I got off of work yesterday at 4:30. It was a very busy day at Goodwill. It's tax-free weekend, but I knew I had this weekend off. I had Saturday and Sunday off, and I was like, it's worth it to work these 5 days and then have this weekend off. So I told myself, you can take 20 or 30 minutes out of your day to make a video, Kelly, because how many weeks have I done this? The top 10 and the Bible study Saturday and Sunday. I don't even know. Time flies when you're having fun, right? But I managed to make a top 10 for you guys. It took a lot of questioning on my part. Please, you guys, your opinions mean so much to me. I want you guys to comment down below what you would like my next top 10 to be, because I really do enjoy this series, this top 10 series. I remember when Comedy Escape did it years ago, and I watched every video religiously. I just think it's a real fun way to learn about some of your favorite ASMR artists. But today we are going to be talking about my favorite TV characters, whether they be TV show characters, whether they be animated, whether it be a comedy, drama, it doesn't matter. These are all my favorite TV characters. And now that I'm looking at the list, I think 80% of the list is men characters, of course. But it's okay. It's okay. I just prefer men characters. They're just better actors to me. I don't know how to explain it. Okay, so let's get to it. Number 1 will forever and always be Chandler Bing, which was played by Matthew Perry, R.I.P. When my niece introduced me to Friends years ago, it kind of saved my life in a way. I watched it every day, whether it be in the morning when I got off of work or at night when my ex was playing poker. I watched it all the way through. And Chandler Bing, I relate to him so much now. Like when he says, "Hi, I'm Chandler. I use humor when I'm uncomfortable." And that's true for me. I don't know when I became that way. I used to be just shy and secluded now I want to be the one that makes people laugh. I don't know when that happened, but it happened. I want to be the one to tell a joke that everybody laughs at. It gives me fuel. It's the weirdest thing. I don't know when I got a good sense of humor, you guys, but it's like two Kellys. It's like Kelly with a Y and a Kelly with an I. And one of them has like a really good personality and looks really good in those jeans. And the other one is like secluded and depressed and sad sometimes. I like being the joking Kelly. A lot of people enjoy being around people like that. At least I do. So that is why Chandler Bing is my number one. He is so friggin' funny, and I'm trying to word this the right way. A coworker and I both love Friends. That's both our favorite show, which is awesome because we're always quoting it. And I told you guys, it's Zeus, the 19-year-old. He's always acting like Matthew Perry, and I just think it's the best thing in the world. You know, where he loves Friends so much that he, of course, Chandler Bing, there ain't no question who. If you were asked, who is your favorite Friends character, it would be a toss-up between Phoebe Buffay or Chandler Bing. I bet you money. With a very close second, Monica. But Chandler Bing has my heart. He's my number one. Number two, I have not watched this show since I left my ex. It was something that we watched together, and we binge watched it, and I loved it. But I don't know if I could ever watch it again because it was very intense, and that was Breaking Bad. But I got to say, Bryan Cranston as Walter White. What a badass, you guys. That show was amazing. But I don't know if I could watch it now. Some scenes in that show were really intense. Like when Jane dies. Jesse's girlfriend, when she dies. Oh my gosh, you guys. I mean, the acting is surreal in that show. It's hard to have a favorite. I also love Aaron Paul as Jesse Pinkman. So it's like a toss-up between Walter White and Jesse Pinkman, because I love Jesse too. He's such a smart ass. And I think Walter White and Jesse just mesh well together as a team. I do wish that I could watch that show for the first time again. Like, for the first time ever. But yeah, the 6th season of Better Call Saul came on Netflix, and I'd been waiting on that, but I haven't been able to watch that either. So that's quite a loss to me, because Breaking Bad was incredible, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, number 3 is a toss-up between, like, 50-50. When I say toss-up, I mean like 50-50. Haley James and Lucas from One Tree Hill. Now, Haley really pisses me off in the first seasons of One Tree Hill, how she treats Nathan and acts with Chris, what's his face, you know, the one that's played by the Hilton brother, whoever. I mean, she really pissed me off in those seasons, but when she becomes a mom, she changes, and she protects her family more. She starts to protect her family and everybody she loves more, like Nathan and Jamie, and I think she names her daughter Lydia. I haven't watched it since I reached the 6th season, when Lucas and Peyton just got back together. I don't know what happens, you guys, but it just becomes so boring to me. I'm trying to get through the whole thing, though, but I've taken a step back. I'm like, okay, I need to take a step back and digest what I just watched with these seasons before I go onward and meet new characters. Like, I think there's a Clay in there somewhere. I don't know, but I just felt like I needed to take a step back. But you guys know I love Chad Michael Murray, so I love his character in Lucas Scott. A good heart. I love the first few seasons when they're in high school. But, yeah, Haley James really peed me off the first few seasons when she was doing that, like, tour thing. I mean, I'm all for you finding yourself, but that man love you, girl. Do not let him get away. And then you're like, are they going to get back together? And then that really good song when they do get back together for Blue Skies, that's on my playlist. I love that song. I love that scene. I love Nathan and Haley together as a couple. They're my favorite couple on One Tree Hill. I just love them together, you guys. You know, I realized that I fell in love with One Tree Hill when I was 22. I fell in love with that show, and that was the same year I met my husband. So watching that show, my hormones were probably raging. I'm just saying, as a 22-year-old. Okay, yeah, mistakes made. The past will be the past, you guys. I'm ready to let the past go. I don't want to delve into the past anymore. The people that I've met, the people that I've loved can stay in the past, except the people that I've lost along the way. They stay with me every day. Hey, that rhymed. Sorry. I went on a little tangent there. I might have ate edible earlier. Please don't judge me, you guys. Okay, so that was Haley James and Lucas Scott. Number 4 is a toss-up between Jim Halpert and Dwight Schrute from The Office. That is another show that I need to start from the first season and watch it all the way through. I know once Steve Carell left, that wasn't the same anymore, but there is some really funny, like, pee your pants scenes in The Office, especially involving Dwight Schrute. Everything is funny. Rainn Wilson as Dwight Schrute is one of the best comedy characters of all time. And Jim is like the perfect boyfriend material, if you guys know what I mean. Jim Halpert and Pam are my favorite, one of my top 5 favorite TV show couples. I freaking love them. The chemistry between John and Jenna is out of this world. And I'm not going to say anything, but in interviews, they said it was kind of perfectly clear that Jenna actually fell for John by falling for Jim Halpert, if you guys know what I'm saying. And I don't blame her. John Krasinski, if I said that name right, is adorable. And I love Jim Halpert. I love his character. And I love Dwight Schrute. Okay. Number 5 is Finn Hudson. There is a lot of Glee characters that I love. I love Kurt Hummel. I love Finn Hudson. I love what's her name? Mercedes. I hate Gwen. I don't like her. But everybody else I love. But Finn Hudson just has a special place in my heart. I was 16 when Glee came out, so he really kind of created my personality a little bit. Wonderful, wonderful kid he was. He was the first, the actor, Corey Monteith, he was the first actor that I really cared about as a person, like rooted for. He was the first person that I ever lost from drugs, ever. And you guys, real life, if you've ever been through that, if you've ever lost a friend to drugs, my heart goes out to you, because it's hard. And it was hard losing him. I was really rooting for him. He had gone to rehab, and I thought he was going to be okay. And he ended up overdosing. That really hurt, you guys. That really hurt. But it's different when you lose people to it in real life. It really is. Number 6 is Felicity. This show and the character is just really special to me. I binge watched it when I had my last surgery on my throat, and I was separated. It was the year that we had been separated for a year. We separated for a year, you guys, and I still went back to him. Yeah. So, yeah. And I watched the show. It's called Felicity, starring Kerry Russell on Hulu, and I binge watched the whole show, you guys. That is one of the only shows in my life that I've ever binge watched. But like, that kind of show wouldn't fly nowadays. Like, okay, it starts off, she's in love with this kid, his name is Ben, and she follows him to New York City where he goes to college. And like, that wouldn't fly nowadays. It's like stalker. She kind of gives that stalkerish vibe. But it was so dramatic, like between what was his name, Noel, the Scott Foley character, and Kerry Washington, and then the guy that plays Ben, I can't really remember his name. But you guys, I was eating that show up. But those weren't my favorite characters, and I'm trying to think in my head what my favorite character was. The favorite character couple in that show that I was rooting for. It was the best friend to Ben, big tall guy, dark hair. Help me out, you guys. And he gets with the roommate of Felicity. Was his name Sean? Sean and Megan. I think it's Sean and Megan, you guys. Okay, that's ringing a bell. Like, Sean and Megan. Okay, so the tension between the two of them was like, you could cut that tension with a knife, and then they finally kiss, and it's like, oh my gosh. Like, I never would have expected to root for a couple like that, because she was kind of like emo and dark, and the music, Evanescence, and he was more like the quarterback or the running back to the quarterback, big tall guy, and you wouldn't think that they'd make such a great couple, but they did. And I started rooting for them when they got together. I was like, oh my gosh, they actually really do work great together. So, I guess you could say I love all the characters from Felicity. Ben, he's kind of hitting that line a little bit of being a character that I hate. He hits that line because the chemistry between Ben and Felicity is great. The chemistry is there. But he's such a you know? So, but if I had to say, you know, Felicity and then the Sean and Megan is my favorite couple in that show. Number 7 is SpongeBob SquarePants. I told you guys animated characters was going to be on this list. This show came out in the early 2000s. I had turned 9 years old in 2000, and I watched the first show. Don't quote me, but it's the one with the spatula. They say, go get that certain spatula and anchovies. Wasn't that the first ever SpongeBob episode? Because I remember in my head, I'm like, the anchovies episode was the first episode I ever saw of SpongeBob. And watching it as an adult now is even more fun. Like, there are jokes in that show that you missed as a adolescence. Let me tell you guys that. They sneak those little jokes in, and it's just the funniest. It's the funniest thing. But I love SpongeBob. He shaped a part of me. He did. Okay, number 8 is Barney Stinson from How I Met Your Mother. I was heartbroken when I found out that Neil Patrick Harris didn't. You know, I'm not going to say it. Because he plays a straight man so freaking well. And How I Met Your Mother. Like, I got so engrossed with, like, his relationships, his friendships with everybody. I mean, he keeps me laughing, and he plays such a great straight man. And like, I fell in love with this character when I started watching that show years ago. And then I found out that the actor, yeah, I was like, how? He plays a straight man so well, how? It was like, there goes that fantasy, you know? No, but seriously, Barney Stinson is one of the best comedy characters of all time, in my opinion. Makes me laugh every single time. Okay, number 9. My goodness, you guys, I can't read my handwriting. Oh, gosh. It says Phoebe Buffet. I swear, you guys, it looked like it said phone booth. I was like, why did I write phone booth? I mean, look. Does number 9 look like Phoebe Buffet to you? Does that not look like phone booth? But yes, Phoebe Buffet is my favorite female character from Friends. Like, she always makes me laugh. And she's just such a badass character. And she's weird and but funny and just, I think Lisa Kudrow just plays her so well. Number 10 I should put with like Haley, James, and Lucas. Number 10 I put Brooke Davis. But now that I'm thinking about it, she should have been with the rest of them. I was just trying to think of a 10th character. And I'm trying to think of a 10th character for you guys now. If I really... Oh! Gregory House from House. House came out, I think, when I was 13 or 14. So my hormones were just raging, you guys. Sorry to TMI you, but I just thought he was the cutest thing. I was like, oh my god, he's such an asshole. You know, like, I was so weird, you guys. I was like, oh my god, he's such a jerk. I would totally marry him. Like, that's how I was with him. I watched that show every episode, every night that it came on. I watched it every single week. That was the only, like, while everyone else was watching Grey's Anatomy, I was watching Gregory House. It came out when I was 13, because I remember I thought the doctor that performed my surgery, my tonsillectomy, when the first doctor messed up and put me in a coma, but I thought he looked like Gregory House, so of course I had like an instant crush on him. I still have the picture of me and him that my mom took. Now that I look back, I'm like, what the hell, Kelly? But that is my top 10 favorite TV characters. Yes, I know there wasn't many women TV characters, and I really don't know why. I used to love True Calling, that show. I used to watch that show every day. And I love Monica. I told you guys that. I love Monica from Friends. I do not like the wife, Skylar, in Breaking Bad. I do not like her. I do not like Skylar. But I feel bad for the actress. She says, people attack me all the time verbally because of what they did with that character in that show. And I feel bad for her, but she really does make it to where that character is so great to hate. I mean, of course she was incredible. Her acting was incredible. You know, if she wanted us to hate her, I hated her guts. And then, like, I love Rachel Green from Glee, Mercedes. I love, Pam from The Office. Love the woman that plays Angela. I love her. I'm trying to think of other. I love Angelica from Rugrats. Funny enough, I do. I love her. She's such a brat, and it's scary how bratty kids have become these days. I'm just saying. I've witnessed it. I've witnessed it, you guys. It's crazy. Oh my goodness. But I loved Angelica because she was so bratty, and I knew in real life, watching that show, I knew in real life that if I bratted off to my parents, I'd get my butt whooped. So Angelica was always like the one that I wish, I could have been. But, I love the episode where she runs away from home and she has like that little TV and her stuffed animals and Spike's doghouse. I love that episode, you guys. I loved Rugrats when I was really young, like 5 years old. I did. I watched it every day. And Barney and Rugrats were my two favorite shows growing up. And I also loved, but really didn't understand till I got older, was Clarissa Explains It All. With, oh my gosh, Melissa Joan Hart. And everybody's like, oh, you've never seen Sabrina, the Teenage Witch? And I'm like, you've never seen Clarissa Explains It All? How young are you? Because I loved that show for some reason when I was like 5 years old. It's the weirdest thing. Which characters I actually loved as a kid. I'd say Chucky. Oh, I loved how afraid Chucky was of everything. And loved, Angry Beavers. I loved them. Rugrats, Angry Beavers, Real Monsters. Are You Afraid of the Dark? You guys. guys, 90s had the best TV shows, and you cannot fight me on that. But anyways, I went on another little tangent. I'm sorry. I don't know. Well, I'm going to try. I am going to do my Bible study for tomorrow. So you guys be on the lookout for that. But I love you guys. I will be talking to you tomorrow.